All right. We'll start off when I will read the Psalms 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men which are thy hand. O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, right? Men in this world who get it good, who got it great. Life is good. Life is, everything they need and want, everything they want. The elite, the filthy elite of this world, the Raw Pons, the DuPont Spaghettis, the Bilderbergs, uh, uh, the Wahlbergs, all of them, right? And the rest of the world, the rest of the heathen of this nation, right? The heathen nation families who have it good on this side, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. And that's when we get changed, right? So, hey, I want to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash, double honor spots, elders, great meals, to rule, teach well, peace, heritage to you, occupying four corners of the earth. Hey, this is Jay Quad from YSO, Yahweh Shai, sanctified ones. I just want to come out. I want to start off reading the Psalms 17 and 13. Because at the end, the beginning of the day, we asking the Lord to see favor on us, to give favor back unto Israel, to Yashala, to the elect, right, of the nation of Israel, right, to that 1% of Israel who's worth who to the Lord is worth something, right? So, but right here, I'm going to go back here and read. This is Psalm 17 and 15. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. And that's what we do, right? We in these scriptures, we behold the Lord's face and faith in righteousness, okay? His faith in righteousness, right? I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. And how we're going to be awake is when we're going to be changed, right? You should be changed in a twinkling of an eye, right? Matter of fact, hold damn, Shalakia. Voice a little fucked up. Damn, Shalakia. Shit. Man, it's just fucking weather and all kind of shit. Right? Everything flying around all up in the air. Everything's all polluted and fucked up. Right? All right, this right here is First Corinthians. It's about 15:51, I think. First Corinthians about 15:51. Right quick. Yeah. All right, it's First Corinthians chapter 15. Hold on. Salaki. Give a second. Yeah. This First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. That's right. This earthly flesh has got to die off. Okay. So we gotta die to this side. The elect men will die to this side. This flesh, the flesh of the elect men will die on this side. Okay. Now I say, brethren, that now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua Salaki. Nor does corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I tell you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, right? And that's when that's when what? When the missiles is going off, when we get taken. Okay. For the trump will sound, and the dead will be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. And that's that new covenant, right? That's our new covenant coming in full effect, right? That's when we're under the new covenant, full effect, new covenant. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, because right now we're under grace. Okay, because we had to have grace because we're under the first covenant, but under that covenant we've been given grace, because without grace we all would die. Right, and grace is who? Is Yahushua. Yahushua is that grace that we've been given, that salvation, that hope. Okay, for this corruptible must put on incorruption. See, so this is corruptible. This flesh is corruptible, so it has to be burnt off, burnt away. It has to be flayed off. However, the Lord is going to rip it off, but this flesh is going to die. So when we say, oh, well, are the elect going to die on this side? Yeah, all the elect are going to die on this side. Why? How are the elect going to die on this side? Because this flesh cannot be saved. Because this flesh and blood on this side cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So when we get ready to be taken, the Lord got to take this flesh away. Okay, so we're going to die to this side. For the corruptible must put on incorruption, and the mortal must put on immortality. Okay, so when this corruptible has put on incorruption, and this mortal has put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Okay, O death, where is thy sting? O Hades, where is thy victory? Hell, earth, right? And this is, we're here in hell. Hell is an affliction. You go back to Job, right? It's a condition. America is hell. The condition of America is hell. This is Hades. Okay, we are in Hades. This is Hades. This is hell. This is where life for Israel. This is where you die. This is where Jake have a hard time. This is where all the pressure is on you. This is where everything seems insurmountable here. Okay. This is your hell. This is hell for the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, even the ones that can't understand or see it. Because if it wasn't hell for you, then you wouldn't be going out here looking like women, dressed up like women. You wouldn't have to eat shit. You wouldn't have to lay down and bend over and take ride from another man. You wouldn't be so mentally fucked up. You wouldn't be so driven just by money to make it, to survive, to have the greatest pleasures. Your whole life is about pleasure, right? Like what the Lord say about a woman, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. But you men, when you live in pleasure, you're dead. This whole earth is dead because you live in your pleasure, right? You're not looking for the things to come. You're only looking for the earthly things, for the things upon this earth. But our treasure is where? Within heaven. Our earthly treasures are non-existent. We're here to survive, to get to our true treasure, our true inheritance. We're inheriting the kingdom of heaven, right? Along with our big brother Yahushua. We get a little bit, we get a part of that blessing that Yahweh has given unto Yahushua. Okay. Well, right quick, Salakia, I want to go back to Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him. Who is the him? It's Esau, Edom. Cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And who's the Lord's sword on this side against Jacob? It's the so-called white man. Look at him. He's destroying the earth, right? He's subduing all the nations, right? He's fighting against his own, Russia, Ukraine, the Israelis fighting over there, trying to fight Iran. Right now, it actually was dealing with Palestine shooting off missiles with the Gaza Strip. I mean, they're going back and forth. So Esau is the devil. So that's why David said, "Hey, ask the Lord to protect him from deliver his soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." Right? And we also scream and holler the same thing now today, because we know this man is wicked, that he has the power. The power of Esau, Edom is the sword. Okay, which is what? It's your missiles, your guns, your airplanes, your helicopters, your military. Okay, that's his power. Okay, that's his sword. Today, the modern day sword is the missiles, the airplanes, the guns, right? It's that glittering sword. For men which are thy hand, O Lord, for men of the world. So we're not men of this world. We're not men of the world. We're not men of this world. So we have to pray to Yahweh Shema Shai that he protects us from the hell, from Hades, from the death, from sin, from being here in Babylon in captivity. We have to pray for that. We have to pray that Yahweh Shema Shah protects us and holds us and keep us in these times of hardness, in these hard times, right? Because we've fallen into hard times. It's getting worse and worse. Money is getting tighter and tighter. Uh, 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 the dollar really is being eroded away. Okay, we're about to go to the CBDC. Okay, so this is a time where we need to be protected from from Satan himself, which is who? The so-called white man, his vision, right? His new world order. Okay, we have to pray for Yahweh Shema Shah to step in and to be our protector at all points in times. Okay, from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, and the men of the world is Esau, Edom, which have their portion, and also the other nations right along with them, right? Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, all of them, right? Which have their portion in this life. Who got their portion in this life? Esau, Edom has his portion, along with and with Esau, Edom's portion in this life, along comes the other nations. The other nations have their portion under Esau, Edom. So everybody has had their great time. Everybody look at Dubai. Look at Ishmael, right? The Saudis. Okay, look at them, the big oil tycoons, right? Over in the east. So all these nations, look at Moab and Ammon. Okay, look at Russia. Okay, so they all have their portion in this life. They have the goods. They get everything they need and want, even though they're fighting over these different substances, economic substances. But yet they still have these things. And Jake is at the bottom of it all, especially here in America. Okay, all over the world. Even you go to so-called Africa, right? Which we know is from Cipriano Africanus, right? Africa was named after Cipriano Africanus, was as a Spaniard, right? When they colonized so-called Africa, which should be the land of Ham, right? Meaning hot, burnt. Okay, the Hamitic land, right? So he's colonized everything and took it over. So even they're is very rich in substance, but the people, the majority of people there are still very fucking poor. Okay, and a lot of our people are still there in South Africa, Kenya, and a lot of different places around in Africa, in so-called Africa. Okay, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures, because this is all the treasures of the Lord. All these earthly pleasures, all this is the Lord's. Everything is Yahweh Shema Shah's. Okay, they are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. That's right, because when you Jake and you Judah, you here in America, you don't really get to leave very much unless you become a basketball player, a football player, or you've had a good started life as somebody who was a sellout to your nation, and they were able to get a good foothold in life. Right, they sat on their knees long enough, they kissed enough ass for Esau, Edom, and they've done certain things to put themselves in a position to be able to hold something back for there. But that's few and far in between. See, now the majority of Esau, Edom, their nation, give back to theirs. Right, they continue their cities. Right, they continue their presidencies and senators and governors. You go into the Senate House, man, it's a bunch of old fucking Edomite men, man. The majority of them is a bunch of old Edomite men, sprinkled with a few Jakes in the middle of there somewhere, right? But Jake is still always at the bottom because you're in captivity. You don't run, you don't rule this country. This country is not ran and ruled by you. You still have other nations over you, chiefly Esau, Edom, ruling and reigning over you. Okay, you're in his military. He's not in your military. You're sprinkled among his people. He's not sprinkled among your people. Okay. All right, right quick. Let me go here. I'm not gonna make this long. I'm trying to kind of make this get kind of straight, cut to the point. I don't want to be out here very long tonight. And shalom to anybody on the comment board. And shalom, Akwa. Right quick. This is let me see. This is Ezekiel. Let me go here right quick. I'm gonna start at matter of fact, let me get this in here. This is a lot. Lock. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter. This is Ezekiel chapter 35. I'm gonna start at the top. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And that's our job. Because right here, right now, we are in the heat of the battle, right? And you don't realize until you wake up and you're in it. You're in the heat of the battle. You don't wake up until you into the scriptures. Because when you're in the scriptures, everything else you're sleeping, right? Everything you do according to this world. You do according to Esau Edom's program. But when you wake up when you get into the scriptures, when you come back to the truth, right? The true knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shai, you wake up and you start to see you got to prophesy against this devil. The fight is Jacob and Esau. Okay, that's the fight, right? The fight is Jacob and Esau. It ain't the other nations. They're just add-ons. Okay, the real fight is so-called black against white. See, against so-called white. We know the so-called white man is not a white man, which I understand and know that. You know he's red, pale, right? Lifeless, right? He has no life in him, no pop to his, no melanin, right? He's red, uncooked, raw, right? Verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. And that's why I had this picture up here, this fireball. Okay, that's why I had this, because this is what America is going to have. America is going to see, and it's going to be a continuous fire, right? Because why? Because the Lord has set his face against Mount Seir. He has, and today this is America is the present day Petra. It's your new day Petra. This is Mount Seir. If you go out to when you start going out west, right? It's very funny. Shit changes. You will start when you're going out west and you're driving. What is that? I-80 and shit, and you're going out I-90 and all that different shit going out that way. You'll start seeing getting into Utah and Wyoming and all these different areas. You start seeing Esau building homes out of the side of the cleft of the rocks, right? You'll literally see them having houses look like caves out of the side of the fucking rocks. When you get up to Utah and all these areas, right? And then the other funny thing, you start seeing Gad everywhere. With those that we pretty much believe and know as Gadites, way the fuck out west on these long roads when you be driving for 10, 15 miles and you'll just happen to see some Gadites walking along the fucking road. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's crazy as shit, right? But you understand who this devil is when you start getting out. That's why Satan wants you in that box. That's why he has us so boxed in here. Like, right quick, just on an off note, what's that fake prince or the fake king of England? You know that devil. He don't have to have a driver's license. He don't have to have car insurance. He don't have to have a fucking license plates. He don't have to have a fucking passport. He can come and go any and everywhere free as he wanted. Because why? Because he's free. He can't be arrested, right? You know, this devil gets everything. Psalms 137, what I just read. He gets the pleasures of this earth. His portion is on this side, right? But we can't wait for Yahweh Shema Shah to come and bring that death, to bring that death that's deserving unto Esau Edom. Okay. So we wait for the Lord to set his face. And when you look and see, you can see the Lord setting his face against these devils. He got them killing each other. He got the kids going to these schools, killing each other. These grown whacked out ass Edomites that want to be the women that want to be men, or men that want to be women, going into these schools, taking out their little young babies. So so much shit going on in this earth, right? You can look at the devastation that's going on in Ukraine. They say they was losing like 200 something people a day in Ukraine. Russia's devastating them. They thousands of people a week is being killed off. All right, over in Bakhmut, they don't lost Bakhmut. Bakhmut is dead and gone. They don't. That bitch was a fucking meat grinder. Okay, so the Lord has set their own people up against them, man. So this thing is gonna come to a head, and they can't help but do nothing but come and go to war with America because there's no. What else can you do now? You know, this can't do nothing but come to the third world's war, right? But let me continue. Back to the scriptures. Verse 5. Verse 4. I will lay the city, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual, ongoing hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. But how did they had a perpetual hatred, okay, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. That's why I read in Psalms 137. Okay. No, I'm sorry, Slakia. Psalm 17. Psalm 17 and around, I think I was around about 13, right? The whole Psalm 17 chapter is a good chapter. You can read, whoever looking. You know, it's great edification. You read it. But Psalm 17 chapter, hey, protect me from the wicked, which are thy sword. Okay. The Lord said it here. They used the sword against us. Perpetual hatred, right? They killed us. They put us on to this very present day, right? We're still under this devil, whether it's financially, economically, whatever it is, they're constantly trying to kill you off, right? And they definitely trying to kill the men. The men are the first to go. That's why you got so many of our men on drugs in prison, right? Locked up in prison houses, hidden away, right? From what? From the truth. So we don't come back to who we are. So we don't fight. So we don't fight back. We don't, and only how we can fight back, and now it's spiritually, is with the scriptures, right? Because our weapons of warfare are not carnal, right? But mighty. Matter of fact, let me just right quick. Let me pull that up. Because I just thought about it. Because I mean, you know, that's beautiful, man. You know, that's in Isaiah. Shit, Shalaki. That's Isaiah. No. That's Isaiah. No. Hey, where's that? Is that Isaiah? No. 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians, yeah, 2 Corinthians. Should be like 2 Corinthians, not Isaiah. 2 Corinthians. Salakia should be 2 Corinthians. Salakia. Let me make sure. So I think it's like 2 Corinthians, like 10. But give me a second. Pretty sure 2 Corinthians. See, I was saying Isaiah. That's the other one. Salakia. Corinthians 10, I believe. Yep. 2 Corinthians 10. This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Hey, because you know, sometimes, you know, because in this world, right, everything is done in a fleshly manner, you know, but all things are spiritual, right? Lord, everything is done on a physical level, but it's done on a spiritual level first. But we don't walk after the flesh. We're not of this world. We don't be of this world, right? For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And what's that high thing that's exalting itself against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. We pulling this fucking ass down. This war, we are in a constant fucking war with this devil. It don't never stop. The minute you walk out your door, everything you fucking do, he want to suppress. He want to oppress every fucking thing that you do. He want to stop everything you do so you can stop fighting for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is a constant battle. We are constantly at war. So you can never feel comfortable. You can never feel that everything is okay because you're constantly fighting, because everything in this world is set against you, because you are of the power. You are of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. John 17 chapter. The world hates you. You're hated of the world. Why? Because it hated the Lord first. Okay. So we are constantly in this battle, constantly in this fight against Jacob and Esau. You go back to Rebecca in the womb, right? Jacob and Esau is fighting in the womb. So this fight has never stopped. This is a continue. The Lord said in Ezekiel 35, there's a perpetual hatred because Esau, Edom has a perpetual hatred. The Mount Seir, Esau, Edom has a perpetual hatred for the children of Israel. Okay, so we constantly bringing down these fucking strongholds, right? And another strongholds, what they Christianity, all this whole system, everything you can think of in this system, right? Everything that Esau Edom promotes, that promotes Jake for being a faggot, right? Men want to be women, women want to be men, women out of order, men out of order. Everything, loving this world, loving yourself, right? Promoters of wickedness, everything about this world. Every time you look up, there's another battle continuously, another stronghold that we got to constantly fight. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna go verse 6. Let me go back here, Slakia. This is back to 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Right? He's always against our knowledge, right? Trying to find out ways to put himself as the Lord, turning Yahushua into a so-called white man, blonde hair, blue eyes, when the Bible don't speak of Yahushua being blonde hair, blue eye, the fuck at all. He spoke of being a dark flesh, woolly hair, right? He's the color of bronze, right? The color of burnt bronze, right? That ain't no fucking so-called blonde hair, so-called white skin, right? Because we know they're not white, they're red as fuck, right? Or pink, light red, or a lot of them are just lifeless, which is pale, right? Okay. And having in Salaki against the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So every thought will be obedient to Yahweh Shai. And right now we are pulling down them strongholds. Every video we do, every time we're on the highways and byways, we're making this world be more obedient unto the mind thought of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, unto Yahweh Shai. We're bringing this whole world, this whole wicked ass system, and we're shoving Yahweh Shai right back in their face, right? No matter what we go through, no matter how hard shit get, we shoving Yahweh Shai right back in their face. Okay, we're pulling down all these fucking strongholds, man. Okay, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Okay, and how is our obedience going to be fulfilled when Yahweh Shai return? Okay, but we pulling down all disobedience, and that's even also these Israelites who call themselves new covenants or whatever they teaching, or whoever teaching any ill doctrine, an Old Testament only Israelites. We got to bring everybody into obedience of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Everybody will be obedient to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. No matter what we go through, we got to fight for it, right? Because you got to constantly preach and teach Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay? Let me go back to Ezekiel, right? This is Ezekiel, Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. When did our iniquity end? It ended when we came out of so-called slavery. right? It ended when Abraham Lincoln said let them go and let them be free. I can't remember what year, 18, whatever the hell that was. But the point is that was the time of the calamity had to end, but they still kept their foot on our neck. They still put us through even harder rigor, more rigorous slavery, right? You had the Ku Klux Klan come out of that, right? Jim Crow laws, right? You had what's that dude name? Fuck that book he wrote. Damn, how to break a nigga is how to break a horse. What is that called? It'll come to me. But yeah. So, but I'm back verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And that's what's going on now. That's why we having all these wars, not because they've loved blood. They have loved blood and death so heavy and so much that the blood is pursuing Esau, Edom. Okay, and soon enough, when time comes down, this is what Esau, Edom will look like. It's going to be a one big ass fireball here in America. Okay, and we're going to be up on the chariots praising Yahweh Shema Shai for the death of Esau, Edom. Okay, I was going to get Ezekiel the 25th chapter. You can also read Ezekiel 25th because it's talked about taking down Esau, Edom as well. Okay, but that pretty much ended there. That's pretty much the point. No point to keep dragging it along. Hey, and Shalom. Hey, Shalom, I'm Was. Shalom. Hey, and hey, look. So yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna end it right there. So hey, look, I'm Yaquab from YSO. Y'all shall sanctify ones. Hey, and with that said, call Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash, double honors, pastor, elders, great millstone, rule, teach well, peace, salutation to all you occupied four corners of the earth. Hey, keep pushing, keep striving. We're almost out of here. And shalom in the bottom of the ball.